Salt of the Earth Part 2. I will attempt to give some clarity on this one. It stretches further than the naked eye. We often, if we are familiar with any of the parables and stories, we will often reference salt being a pillar. And that pillar is a representation of someone who looked back, not just to a place, but they happened to look back and stare too long at a specific location that they loved, where all their love was. And because all of their love was in that specific spot, they could no longer move forward. That forces a person to turn into a pillar of salt. She just happened to be Lot's wife. Surely Lot loved his wife because he listened to her and went into a place he shouldn't have gone ever. And he knew, but he loved her. He didn't turn into a pillar of salt. You know why? Because when he heard the warning, he left what he loved, which was just a sprinkle of salt, called his wife. Had she not been so hard-headed and put all of her love in a place that was going to destroy her anyway, all she had to do was cry within that pillar that she created herself. Maybe those tears could have been used to melt away some of that hardness of the salt. In the midst of melting away the hardness of the salt, she would then be able to turn around with that stiff neck to possibly look back to see now what she's losing. And us men that are stiff necked are no different. We have become hardened and put pillars around us that serve us no purpose. Crying, purging, and getting understanding is the difference between understanding the difference of a pillar of salt and salt. Number 2, being salt of the earth. Well, that's God's love. That's why he said, taste and see that it is good. How is it that that salt loses its savor? Where are you going to go back and get the love from when you have no more? We have adjusted to this worldly way of understanding saltiness. We've adjusted to the terminology, the negative programming, and the adjustments of our minds, and thinking that everything that someone says is salty. To the point that we don't even understand whether that salt is truly love. That's why he said, taste and see if it is good. But maybe a lot of people in life have lost their savor. They can no longer taste anything but dung. We've been taught to see this thing backwards, assume backwards, understand backwards, with no clarification. All fighting within one big pile of saltiness. We never ask for clarification. That's why we never truly receive it. But I love you, assumers. I love you. Don't be salty. Taste the real salt and see that it is good. Get to that. We're running out of it. You better run into it.